What a week it's been. Did I ever think I would have a week where I'd put out 5 videos? No, but here we are. So then, let's talk about the Zoom H series videos. Now, I know there are a lot of salty tears and feelings in the comments, but I think a couple things need to be addressed. First of all, this video is aptly named. Your loyalty to any company is misplaced unless you work for them. And in order to explain this, you need to understand how companies work and how the relationships between company, reviewer, and customer work. I've said it over and over again. Companies have no loyalty to you, the customer. You are a consumer to them, and they are competing with everyone else to get you to consume their products. Now, it doesn't mean they're bad. It just means the relationship tends to get misunderstood. However, that also doesn't mean that all companies are the same either. We'll get into that in a second. You see, all companies are aiming to do one thing, and that is get your money. And that's actually okay. Money is how they develop products, or at least we hope that's how they're developing products. Money is also how they pay their staff, how they keep distribution up and running. In layman's terms, it's how they provide products to you. Now, the trade-off is, or should be, that we as consumers want to give them our money in exchange for a product that meets our needs. Now, in order for this relationship to work seamlessly, companies need to work in good faith in their development and release of those products. And some companies do this better than others. Again, we'll touch on those differences in a second. But this is where reviewers come into the fold. You see, sometimes companies will release products with financial gain in mind rather than meeting the needs of customers. After all, their goal, once again, is to make money, right? Reviewers exist in their purest form to call them on it when that happens. We are the ones standing between the marketing and the consumer and trying to make sense of it all. We create an opinion out of it to let you make an informed purchase decision that is not based on marketing. Putting it bluntly, reviewers are here to keep companies honest. So then, let's talk about the differences in companies out there. Now, there is a single defining characteristic in companies that appear to be more customer-focused, and that is passion. You see it clearly in their devotion to their product, and that devotion is generally misconstrued as devotion to the customer, so I get why that can be confusing for some. By the way, if you want to see it in action, call a helpline and you'll get actual first-hand experience in their devotion to their product. Don't kid yourself. These companies are still trying to earn your money, but they're doing it by creating something that they're passionate about. Now, these companies tend to have research and development departments that are much larger than their marketing departments. They tend to have some level of manufacturing. But due to all that, they also tend to have an impressive lineup of products that seems to consistently hit the mark for consumers. And I know you're all sitting there thinking I'm talking about a certain Australian company, but I am kind of talking about Rode. But there's also other examples out there as well. Lawton Audio is a good one. Shure is a good one. Yamaha, SE Electronics. But then you can see this across other industries as well. For guitars, you have Fender, Gibson, Paul Reed Smith. Amplifiers, you have Marshall, Fender again, Vox, Hughes and Kettner. This is not something that only exists in the audio industry. Again, though, all this stuff does not make a company good or evil. Sometimes companies that have all the R&D in the world release a product that is a bit of a swing and a miss. And sometimes goal-driven companies that are run by board members release just the right product at just the right time. And sometimes companies just release a product that is solely intended to make money and is built to the minimum spec that they think will do that for them. So then, let's dig into the review process just a touch. You see, reviewers like myself are not perfect. Reviews are based on experience. Like, for example, my experience with handhelds. For years, I've worked in a journalism field using these things as handhelds, and that experience is what I use when gauging the next generation of said handhelds. But then another reviewer who has never used these in a handheld role might not see an issue with them being handheld like I did. So their review might be a little different. Other reviewers might look at the self-noise and just shrug and say, you can denoise it in post. Sure. But again, all that is up to the reviewer's discretion. Does that mean that any of those reviewers are wrong, though? No, not really. Though our role is to call companies on lazy products. so that can be debatable. You see, that is the actual core of what we do. Our allegiances as reviewers should be to no one. I tell every company the same thing. Release a good product and it will most likely get a good review. Release a bad product and sadly, that gets a bad review. But I think I need to expand on this. If a company releases a product that I believe is a weak attempt at a cash grab, I will most definitely call it out because again, my reviews are here to do just that. Now, if you, for some reason, disagree with my review, that's actually cool. I have thousands of comments that disagree with me and I actually like the discourse. I encourage you all to think freely and make your own decisions on your purchases. However, I will be drawing the line on crappy behavior in the comments from here on out. If you're so triggered by a review that you need to lash out with abusive behavior, not only are you out of line, but your priorities are completely misplaced. But you're also welcome to go elsewhere. Play nice in the comments, and whether you agree or disagree, do so with some respect for everyone involved. Please and thank you. Cheers.